This is a message about the power of stories in the realm of politics, and specifically in the areas of campaigning, activism, and organizing. And it's also a message about why storytelling is a core leadership skill. It's no secret that effective campaigning means more than just spouting off facts and figures. Everybody knows that. Of course, reasons and facts and evidence are important for backing up your claims, but it's the stories that will turn the hearts and the minds of the public. The data should support the stories, not the other way around. Effective political advocacy means influencing public opinion, and it means motivating people to take part in organizing and activism. And facts and data are simply not up to that job. Without the support of storytelling, the direct presentation of information and arguments will routinely fail to inspire the emotional investment you need for meaningful change. Think about it. When was the last time you were truly moved by a set of statistics? If someone asks you why you're running for office, you're not going to say, well, it's because 67% of voters between the ages of 18 and 29 have expressed some dissatisfaction with their current government representative. No. You're going to tell a story about how hard it was to get the potholes on your road fixed and why you decided that nobody else should have to work that hard to get something like that done. And that's a story that you can respond with, and that's a story that people can respond to. Why? Because even though data can be impressive, and it can be surprising, and it can be intellectually stimulating, the data and the statistics don't tug at us. The data and statistics don't pull at our heartstrings like a good story. The data and statistics don't grab us and take us to the point that we need to see and show it to us. Human beings are wired to be drawn in by stories that resonate with us on an emotional level. When we hear stories, we connect with the characters we find in them, and we relate to their struggles, and we identify with their triumphs. Their experiences awaken our empathy, and that sparks something in us, and that's a connection, and we need that. That connection is what makes us take action and get involved. That connection is what moves us to stand up for what we believe in, and that connection is where we find the courage to stand up for ourselves. That connection is the fuel for the fire. You need stories for that. Why? Because stories have the power to make abstract ideas tangible and relatable. Stories give the data and the statistics the context they need to make sense. Stories make things real. The data that we throw around in discussions about politics cannot survive without the stories. The people who throw the numbers around all the time forget the fact that the stories are still there, they just don't tell them all the time. Without the stories, all the data is just basically extra blah blah, and there's already way too much extra blah blah. Stories paint a vivid picture in our minds, and they allow us to understand the issue at a human level in a way that statistics and data just can't do by themselves. When we share personal stories and experiences, we break down barriers and we build bridges. We create understanding with stories. We create a shared sense of humanity, and that reminds us that we're all in this together. Stories build community, and you can't do that with data alone. Data doesn't generate commitment. You need stories for that. The sense of unity and purpose that you can create with a story can be a driver of true change, but only if you don't underestimate the power of storytelling. If you want to drive change, you must become a storyteller. If you're worried that you won't be that good at storytelling, don't be. You don't have to be a master storyteller to harness the persuasive power of a story. Even a flawed story, poorly told, has more persuasive power in it than a data presentation with no narrative structure or story to share. With a good story, everything can change.